1,000 rushing yards, the all-time leader.
He could probably rest easy for a while about people chasing that number down. He's going to stay at the top because everyone's flinging it around instead of running it. We're going to need a real running back renaissance and an emphasis on the ground game to put that record in jeopardy. Is anyone even close right now?
Frank Gore had 6,000 more than AP, 7,000 more still around there.
That's a lot of yards to make up. And again, Ms. Smith feels pretty good about the number he posted, 18,355 yards.
Prescott. He's got a man. It's the tight end, Casper. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. He's got the Hall of Famer, Harold Carmichael. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Smith up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Emmitt Smith from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now a play fake here on first down. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked up by the Hall of Famer Derek Brooks. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And now, Charles, they're working with a short field, a chance to make this a 2-score game. And these guys haven't even worked into a lather yet here in the first quarter.
Yeah, how about that? You score, you take it away, get an excellent return, and now you've got a chance to go up 2 scores in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Smith. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. They run up the middle with Emmitt. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Emmitt Smith with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 7.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Jeremy Chinn picks it off, and the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. He made the read. He was able to make the play.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Eight yards to go on second down. They'll run it again with Smith. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, here's Emmett. And he is going to lose yardage here. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
And that's what I like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Steal. Check steal. Ultra. Go ultra. Ready?
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Let's go.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Black.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Chad Johnson. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half. But out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, this guy's been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say go to the air here on 3rd. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Prescott now from the 50. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Smith. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Set, ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Drill green.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Okay. Blaster, sit.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jeremy Chinn picks it up.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff, running left, Smith. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again. He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from 1st down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Got a man, it's Michael Irvin. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A 1st down carry for Smith, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On the counter, it's Smith. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. But he lost 6 there on the 1st down play. 2nd and 16. Toss left. This is Smith. 67 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Smith. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Elliott. He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, A major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 54 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. On play action, they'll throw. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 16-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Smith as they'll try to run some clock. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Stuck for the loss by Devin White. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Emmett now on the counter. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. throw is Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
Kind of a strange ballgame, Charles. We did not have a single point by either team after half. Really a defensive clinic by both sides in half number 2.
Wasn't that just beautiful to watch? Come on, man. Come over to the dark side with me. Wasn't that fun to see these defenses holding sway, right? Making sure they're controlling the game in the second half? It lets you know that you've got to score points when you can. You never know when offenses might go a little bit dry, and you need those points from earlier.